Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today I thought we would get ready together because I genuinely have not put on makeup in like over a month because I've had so much going on. So yeah, I thought we could sit down together. My mirror is right here, so when I'm looking here, I'm looking in the mirror. When I start my makeup, I basically wash my face and then I put on the Boots Vitamin C cream, and I think it's alright. I don't know if it's worth the hype, but I just put it on anyway and let that sink in while I'm doing my eyes, and then I put SPF on top. I'm probably not going to mention what products I'm using because I want to be telling you, well, I'm going to be telling you what's been happening, especially with Patch, because you guys love her and obviously she's like my soul animal. So I'm going to be talking a bit about Patch, but if you want to know any of the products, just leave me a comment and I'll answer, obviously. But yeah, so Patch has been quite ill for a while now. I didn't realise she was ill until quite recently. I'm going to continue using this setting shade for my eye primer, even though I should be working on something else, but I just need to pick it first. So it took me 43 uses to hit pan on that shade, this one, which blew my mind because it did not take that much for the other two shades. So yeah, like I was saying, I didn't actually realise what was wrong. Like when I realised what was wrong with her, then everything sort of made sense. I'm going to use Judy's palette today just for like a simple neutral look, maybe, probably. So if you didn't know, Patch is deaf, and she makes this sort of noise when she's like trying to talk to you or like excited. She like clicks her mouth. The first thing I noticed was that she started to make a new clicking sound, which worried me. Then she started getting really bad breath, considering like even though I was brushing her teeth and she has a really good diet, she got really bad breath. And all of these things I've like separately phoned up the vets about, and they were like, could be many things, could be nothing. So I kept checking her mouth for like impacted food or like hair stuck up there, and there was nothing. But one night I looked and I saw a little like white lump on the area that she started to get really sensitive when I was touching it. She would not like it at all. A couple of days after I saw her white lump, her cheek started to get quite swollen where that lump was, and I realised the whole cheekbone was just... So she went to the vet. So when I got to the vets, they gave her a really good check over. They said that she would need a dental, which would help with the bad breath, but also so that she could be on anaesthetic, so they could actually look far enough, because it was right at the back of her gum and her jawline. I feel like jawline isn't the right word, but right at the back of her jaw. So yep, she had to have a dental. They also thought that she probably would have an abscess and she might have to have a tooth removed, and she was going to have a biopsy if they couldn't figure out what was the problem, which was terrifying because Patch is 11 years old and I don't really want her to go in any sort of operation because she's a little old gal, and anaesthetic with old animals doesn't always go very well. So yeah, that was a bit sad, but she had to have it done, and she did a couple days after that. So we took her in on a Friday morning to have her operation, and by 12 I'd already had a phone call saying that she'd had it done, and that she was okay. She had extra steps like blood tests to make sure she could actually handle it, and I was really happy about that because told me that she's really healthy otherwise, and she said all of her teeth were amazing apart from the one tooth that had to be removed She had one of her massive teeth, like her main chewing teeth. Bless her, she already struggles to eat. She had a big tooth removed, and because the tissue and the gum behind it was like starting to rot, I feel so horrible talking about this, but yeah, because it had started to rot, they had to remove the tooth and quite a bit behind it. But that was what was wrong with her. She didn't have to have a biopsy. She didn't have an abscess or anything. It was just a really sore tooth, which I'm very happy about because I am having a lot of money issues at the minute, so it was a lot cheaper than they first told us. But we would have obviously made the money anyway and gotten her everything that she needs, which is what we did. So when I picked her up, she was completely out of it, like could hardly stand. It was so cute but like sad at the same time, but I was just trying to think happy thoughts like, oh my god, she's so adorable and strong. She was covered in blood because she had quite a big hole in her mouth, and I have pictures, but I don't think I'm going to show them to you because I personally don't like looking at them much. But yeah, I'm probably not going to put them in the video. But she had blood all over her and she just could not really stand. They put her down and they were going to get me like all of her meds and stuff, and she was just like out of it, just staring at the wall, and I was like, come on, like tugging the lead a little bit, like come on, but she did not move. So she had quite a bit of meds to take. She had antibiotics to keep the infection from spreading further if there was any left in her mouth. She had some pain meds, and she had some, they actually gave us some wet food, like canned food, which she usually has dry food, but that was to help her eat because they didn't think she was going to eat for a couple of days. The food was really good though because it meant that I could get her onto an actual like eating routine, because she would just have food out before and if she wanted it she would eat it, and she was usually pretty good at that. But I would literally have to lock her out of my room to make her go eat, because if she could, she would just sit with me all day. Going to the vet has meant that she has a new food schedule, which is nice. But yeah, those are the meds she had. When we brought her home, she was just completely like, her eyes were just staring and not actually seeing, like she wasn't there. When we brought her home, the cutest thing, oh my god, when we got into our driveway, me and my mum, we got into the driveway, she like turned into Patch for a second. She was like, oh, we're home, and then she like went back into like away with the fairies. But it was so cute. We basically spent the rest of the day, she was on her pillow. She's got a massive pillow on my bed that she sleeps on. She was basically on my pillow under a lot of blankets for the rest of the day, just sleeping next to me. There was one moment I was sitting in bed just playing games or something, I don't know, just passing the time, keeping an eye on her, and she got up and turned around on her own, and I was like, oh my god, she's becoming Patch again. So a little bit after she turned around on her own, we went downstairs, or I carried her downstairs because she would not walk down the stairs on her own. So we went downstairs, she went to the toilet, which I was so proud of. I had to like hold her hips up because she was so out of it, like completely out of it still. And then she actually ate some food, and I was just, it was so nice. I was so proud of her. Yeah, she had a little bit, she didn't have loads because she hadn't eaten at all that day. And then also she had like a big open wound in her mouth, so she was going to be bleeding and it wasn't going to be very nice, so she just had wet food. And then we went right to bed, and she just watched my laptop, which she doesn't ever do, but she was just watching it because there was movement, and it was just quite sad, but I was so proud of her the whole time. The day after, I went out in the morning to go to a boot sale, and when I came back she was a lot more like herself. but I decided to clean her up a little bit because she smelled like wet blood and the vets, and it was not the best for my migraine head. So she was just so cute. She was so, I'm literally trying not to cry. She was like crying. She wasn't fully herself yet, and she was very vocal about being unhappy and confused about why she feels the way she feels. And she was still super cold, so she was wearing her sweater and wrapped up in my nightgown, and she just slept the rest of the day. And then after that she was getting a bit better, but yeah, it took her a couple of days to fully come back after the anesthetic, but it didn't take her long to eat and go to the toilet, and it took her a little while to drink, but I was mixing a lot of water into her food anyway, just to make sure she was getting everything, and also to make it easier to eat. But yeah, that was what happened with Patch. She's much better now. I'll show you her at the end of the video. She's much better now. She has since been back to the vets, and they've said she's healing so well. I'm trying to get her back into brushing her teeth, but she like associates people trying to open her mouth with the vets at the moment, so it's a bit difficult. So I'm trying to figure out ways to do that. I'm going to use this bronzer. So this is the Too Cool for School. Is it called Too Cool for School? I'm not sure, but it's the Art Class by Roden. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. It's a Korean brand, and I've wanted this for literal years, and it is so good. So I'm not actually, am I going out today? I think I'm going to the doctor's, but that's about it. So I'm just getting glam with you for no reason, but that's okay. I haven't been wearing makeup much at all because I've just been having so much going on, like with Patch, and also my room is like a mess, like nothing isn't where it's supposed to be at the moment because I had to have my ceiling replaced, and builders are just chuck things everywhere and don't clean up. So I've got plaster all over my walls and my doors. I just wiped that one down, but yeah, it was all over. And I've also got like blood all over there that I had to clean up, which wasn't very nice because it was all over my gecko's Viv. So they could have warned me at least, but you know, not sure they're supposed to just leave just splatters of blood everywhere, to be honest. But yeah, I was waiting for literal months, like since 2020, for them to do something about my ceiling. So I'm happy it's been done, and now I'm just waiting for them to paint it. That's always stressful because we had to drag the chinchillas out of my room, which they were not happy about. Okay, I'm gonna spray my face. I'm really loving this eye look. Ooh. I used the Red Dragon palette by Judy and Odin's Eye. I just freaking love the tones. And I also used my yellow out of my Sailor Moon palette. I'm trying to hit pan. I've got quite a nice dip. I really like adding yellow to looks, so especially brown looks. I think this looks really pretty. Another reason why I've been so like absent just in my life, not even just like social media, but like in every aspect of my life, is because I've been super ill. My fibro and, you know, my health has just been declining so much. I haven't been to the gym in months. Hardly really leave my house at the moment because it's just so bad, but I'm trying. I'm trying to at least do things that make me happy while I can't do a lot of things. It's just been pretty difficult to move around at the moment. I'm a bit worried going into winter as well, because that's when my hips play up the most. In the summer my mental health gets really bad, and then in winter my physical health does, so I got a bit of a head start this year. Yeah, it's gonna be alright. I'm sort of getting financial help as well, sort of. It's taking a lot of time, and not just my time either. Like, this lovely lady has been helping me. She's helped my family quite a lot in the past, and she's just been amazing. She's put like hours and hours and hours into helping me with like paperwork and my confidence with things, and it's been really nice because she sort of validated that I am ill, because when you have to sit there and fight to like people that don't even, they don't want to give you money, even though, you know, they're supposed to, they don't want to give you money, so they're like, but are you ill though? And that is not very nice, to have to fight and be like, yeah, well, these are all the bad things about me, and like constantly talk about that sort of thing and bring it up in your head and everything. So it's been nice to not be alone during that. That's my base done. I need to do my brows and my eyelashes. So yeah, September's been like a pretty, are you gonna be able to see me if I get closer? A pretty bad month for me. September, August time. Yeah, I don't know, things just keep happening, and I feel like they'll be behind at the minute, even though there's nothing I'm really behind of apart from, you know, social media. And I need to just stop putting so much pressure on myself. I was so annoyed yesterday though, because I made lots of content for Instagram, because I haven't been very active on Instagram at all, and my theme was 2 pictures and then a reel, which I don't like making reels because they would always mess up. But my next post was a reel, so I made one, and I was so proud of it because I've been putting that off for literally months. And Instagram didn't work. It made the audio, no matter what audio I chose, it made it just be loud static. And I'm just like, they are really pushing reels. Like, no one wants to make reels, but they just, that's all they want to promote, and they don't even work. So I'm just not going to do reels anymore, or not focus on a theme. If I want to do a reel, then I'll do a reel, but the chances are it won't work anyway, so there's no point stressing myself out. But I took lots of pictures, and I'm super happy with that because I miss Instagram so much. If you want to go onto my Instagram and like come chat with me, Instagram is like the place. I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers this year, and I'm at like, I think 950, so I'm hoping I can do it, because that would be amazing. I really don't do anything special with my brows, I literally just fill them in. That'll do. And then I've been using the honey glue thingy. I don't know if you're supposed to do that, but that's what I've been doing. I know it's for like gluing your eyebrows up, but I do not do that. I don't really like that. Oh, that needs to be cleaned. Don't look at that. Yeah, I don't do that. I literally just glue them down like I would with a normal brow gel. I just wanted to try it, and it's really like, it's very satisfying as soon as you get it, because it already has a hole in it. Pat's just woke up. It's gotten so dark in my room. I'm so glad I had my ring light on. It's like grey in my room. Okay, I've done my lashes. My hair is... let's not talk about it. I'm literally just gonna put on my Colourpop Fresh Kiss lip cream in BB Trippin'. BB Spice, oh my god. BB Trippin' is a Korean dance group that work with ATEEZ, who I love. So I always say BB Trippin', but BB Spice. I'm embarrassed. I might edit that out. I love this formula so much. She's doing real good. You're looking at yourself in the mirror. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I hope you're safe and well. Please like and subscribe and comment if you would like. If not, that's fine. If you got this far in the video, that means the world to me. But yeah, we'll see you soon, guys. Bye.